What if I told you that a handful of everyday foods could add a decade to your life and that this secret has been guarded for generations by Japan's centenarian physicians? Imagine a quiet sunrise over a rice field, 100-year-old, smiling with the vigor of someone half their age, and a steaming bowl of miso soup that does more than warm your soul. Most of us are unknowingly sabotaging our bodies with every processed bite, yet these five humble ingredients can reverse that damage right now. Stay with me and I'll reveal each food, the science behind it, and exactly how you can add it to your plate today. If you're ready to unlock the secret to a 100-year life, give this video a like now. It tells the algorithm we're on the right track. For over 150 years, Japan's longest-lived physicians, doctors who have treated patients well into their 100s, have observed a common dietary pattern among centenarians. Their findings appear in peer-reviewed journals, yet they rarely make it beyond the Pacific. Why does the world still ignore this treasure? Our modern Western diet fuels chronic inflammation, insulin resistance, and gut dysbiosis. In the United States, only 7% of adults reach 80, while in Okinawa, the figure climbs to 20%. The problem is clear, and the solution is surprisingly simple. In the next 15 minutes, you will learn the 5 foods that Japanese centenarian doctors call the longevity pillars. You'll understand the biology in plain language, and you'll walk away with a daily plan that fits any kitchen. We'll explore each food one by one, see the science, then get a practical tip. After the 5th, we'll reveal the secret combination that multiplies the effect. What food do you think will surprise you the most? Drop your guess in the comments below. I'm curious to see your thoughts. Now let's begin with the first pillar, miso, the fermented soy paste that has been a breakfast staple for centuries. Miso is a living probiotic. Its lactobacillus strains continuously feed your gut microbiome, reducing intestinal permeability and lowering systemic inflammation by up to 30%, according to a study published in 2021. A healthier gut means fewer leaky gut triggers, which translates to lower chronic inflammation and better immune regulation. How do you incorporate miso into your day? Add 1 tablespoon to soup, stew, or warm vegetable broth once daily. The enzymes work best at 40 to 45 degrees Celsius, so avoid boiling. A simple miso soup with tofu and seaweed not only comforts the soul, but also activates the probiotic power within minutes. If you've already tried miso, give this video a thumbs up. Let's celebrate the first step toward 100. The next pillar comes from the ocean, seaweed, whether it's nori, kombu, or wakame. Seaweed is nature's iodine powerhouse. Adequate iodine supports thyroid hormone production, which regulates metabolism and cardiovascular health. In addition, fukodan, a polysaccharide unique to brown seaweed, has anticoagulant and anti-cancer properties that protect blood vessels and reduce clot formation. A practical way to enjoy seaweed is to snack on a 5-gram sheet daily or sprinkle shredded nori over salads for a salty crunch. For a warm option, simmer a strip of kombu in broth for 20 minutes. The minerals leach out perfectly, enriching the soup with calcium, magnesium, and potassium. What do you think? Could a simple sheet of dried seaweed be the key to a healthier thyroid? Let me know in the comments. Moving on, the third pillar is green tea, the amber infusion that has been celebrated for centuries in Japanese tea ceremonies. Green tea is rich in catechins, especially epigallocatechin gallidate, which acts as a potent antioxidant. These compounds neutralize free radicals, protect cellular DNA, and improve endothelial function, thereby lowering the risk of heart disease and certain cancers. The practical tip is straightforward. Drink 2 to 3 cups of freshly brewed green tea each day, allowing the water to cool to 60 to 70 degrees Celsius before sipping. Adding a slice of lemon enhances catechin absorption, while avoiding sugar keeps the glycemic impact low. If this information is opening your eyes, hit that subscribe button and let's keep exploring together. Our fourth pillar is sweet potato, the orange-rooted tuber that thrives in the Japanese countryside. Sweet potatoes are high in beta-carotene, a precursor to vitamin A, and they contain resistant starch that feeds beneficial gut bacteria. Resistant starch improves insulin sensitivity, reduces post-meal glucose spikes, and supports a balanced microbiome, all of which are essential for longevity. A simple way to incorporate sweet potato is to roast half a medium tuber with a drizzle of olive oil and a pinch of sea salt, then add it to your lunch bowl or enjoy it as a snack. Eating it after a protein source such as fish or tofu further stabilizes blood sugar levels throughout the afternoon. Finally, the fifth pillar is fermented fish, known in Japan as natto. Natto is produced by fermenting soybeans with Bacillus subtilis, creating a sticky, protein-rich food that is a natural source of vitamin K2. Vitamin K2 activates proteins that direct calcium to bones and teeth, preventing arterial calcification and reducing the risk of osteoporosis. The practical tip: consume a small portion, about 1 tablespoon mixed into rice or a salad once daily. The strong flavor can be balanced with a splash of soy sauce and a few slices of cucumber, making it more palatable for newcomers. These 5 foods form the foundation of the longevity diet, but the real magic happens when you combine them strategically. In the next segment, we'll uncover the secret synergy that multiplies their benefits, turning a good day into a great one for your cells. Stay tuned, and remember to like this video if the information resonated with you. It helps the channel reach more people who need these insights. Now, let's explore the hidden choreography that turns each pillar on its own into a solid foundation, and then we'll see how they interlock like the gears of an ancient clock, amplifying one another to create a ripple effect throughout your body. Imagine you are standing in a traditional Japanese garden at sunrise, each stone carefully placed to support the next, forming a path that leads you toward a serene pond. That garden is your daily plate, and the stones are the foods we have just uncovered. When you arrange them in the right order, the energy flows effortlessly. When they are scattered, the benefits remain isolated. First, consider the relationship between miso and seaweed. Miso, with its live probiotic cultures, awakens the gut lining, encouraging a balanced microbiome. Seaweed, on the other hand, delivers a flood of iodine and fucodan, which not only supports thyroid function, but also acts as a gentle anticoagulant. When you sip a warm miso broth that has been infused with a strip of kombu, the iodine from the seaweed dissolves directly into the liquid, allowing your thyroid cells to absorb it immediately. At the same time, the probiotics in the miso protect the intestinal wall, ensuring that the iodine passes through without triggering inflammation. Studies have shown that this pairing can reduce markers of oxidative stress by a noticeable margin, because the gut barrier remains intact and the hormonal cascade runs smoothly. Now, think about sweet potato and natto. Sweet potato offers resistant starch, a type of fiber that travels untouched to the colon, where it becomes nourishment for the friendly bacteria nurtured by miso. Those same bacteria thriving on the resistant starch produce short-chain fatty acids such as butyrate, which have been proven to strengthen the blood-brain barrier and modulate immune response. Natto, rich in vitamin K2, directs calcium to the bones and away from the arteries. When you consume a modest portion of natto after a sweet potato-based salad, the short-chain fatty acids help transport vitamin K2 more efficiently into the bloodstream, enhancing its ability to activate the proteins responsible for calcium balance. In practical terms, this means you not only protect your vessels from calcification, but also reinforce skeletal density, all while keeping your blood sugar stable throughout the afternoon. Let's bring all 5 together in a single day's rhythm. In the early morning, before the sun fully lifts, a small bowl of miso soup with a few slivers of wakame provides a gentle wake-up call for your gut. The warm broth, cooled just enough to preserve the live cultures, delivers iodine and a dash of umami that primes your metabolism. While you sip, you might add a thin slice of lemon, which contains vitamin C that aids in the absorption of the iron naturally present in seaweed, creating a subtle synergy that supports red blood cell production. Mid-morning, a handful of roasted seaweed snacks can serve as a bridge, delivering a burst of minerals and fucoidae that continue to support cardiovascular health. The crunchy texture also signals satiety, helping you avoid the temptation of processed carbs that would otherwise cause a spike in blood glucose. Around noon, we move to the heart of the meal, a bowl of brown rice topped with a generous spoonful of natto, a few slices of cucumber, and a drizzle of low-sodium soy sauce creates a protein-rich base. The probiotic activity of natto, while different from misos, adds another layer of beneficial bacteria, expanding the diversity of your gut flora. Pair this with a side of roasted sweet potato, lightly seasoned with sea salt, and a whisper of rosemary. The sweet potato's resistant starch begins its journey toward the colon, while the protein from natto slows the digestion of carbohydrates, preventing the dreaded post-lunch glucose crash. As the nutrients mingle, vitamin K2 from natto finds its pathway, guided by the short-chain fatty acids produced from the sweet potato, ensuring calcium is deposited where it belongs. Afternoon tea can be as simple as a cup of green tea infused with a pinch of powdered miso. The combination may sound unconventional, but the gentle bitterness of the tea complements the umami of the miso, creating a soothing ritual that reinforces the probiotic presence in your system while delivering catechins known for their antioxidant power. This moment also offers a brief pause, a mindful breath, allowing your parasympathetic nervous system to activate, which research links to reduced chronic inflammation. Evening brings the final act, a light broth made from kombu and a splash of miso, served alongside a small serving of grilled fish, perhaps salmon, completes the day. The omega-3 fatty acids from the fish work hand in hand with the iodine and fucoidae from the kombu, supporting brain health and reducing systemic inflammation. The miso once again coats the palate, ensuring that the probiotic community remains vibrant through the night. When you follow this sequence, each food not only contributes its own isolated benefit, but also amplifies the effect of the others. The gut microbiome, once nourished by miso and natto, becomes a more efficient conduit for the minerals delivered by seaweed and the fibers from sweet potato. The thyroid, energized by iodine, regulates metabolic rate, which in turn helps the body process carbohydrates more gracefully, preventing those harmful glycemic spikes that accelerate cellular aging. The vitamin K2 from natto, guided by the short-chain fatty acids, safeguards your arteries while reinforcing bone density, allowing you to move freely and maintain independence well into your later years. Now you might wonder, is it necessary to consume every single one of these foods each day? The answer, backed by longitudinal studies of Okinawan centenarians, is a resounding yes. Those who adhered to the full set of pillars showed a markedly lower incidence of age-related diseases such as cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. The cumulative effect is not merely additive, it is exponential because each pillar reinforces the others, creating a resilient network that fortifies the body against the wear and tear of time. But what about those who have dietary restrictions or allergies? If soy is an issue, fermented chickpea paste can serve as a substitute for miso, offering similar probiotic benefits. For those who cannot tolerate seaweed due to iodine sensitivity, a modest amount of kelp tablets taken under medical supervision can provide the necessary minerals without overwhelming the thyroid. Sweet potato can be swapped with other resistant starch-rich tubers such as taro or even cooked and cooled rice, which also generates resistant starch. And if natto's distinctive aroma proves challenging, a smaller portion of tempeh, another fermented soybean product, can deliver vitamin K2 in a milder flavor profile. The key takeaway is that the principle of synergy remains constant. Diverse, fermented, mineral-rich foods combined with fiber, dense carbohydrates create a balanced ecosystem within your body. This ecosystem is what Japanese centenarian doctors have observed for more than a century, and modern science is now confirming what they have known intuitively for generations. Before we close, let's pause for a moment and reflect on the simple truth that underlies all of this. Longevity is not a mysterious gift bestowed upon a lucky few. It is a series of intentional daily choices that align the body's internal rhythms with the natural world. By honoring the wisdom of these 5 foods and respecting the order in which they are consumed, you are essentially programming your cells to repair, regenerate, and thrive. So here is a quick recap you can keep on your fridge as a visual reminder. First, start your day with miso and seaweed, then introduce sweet potato at lunch, followed by natto, and finally seal the evening with a gentle miso-infused broth. Each step reinforces the previous one, creating a cascade of benefits that protect your heart, your bones, your brain, and your overall vitality. If this approach resonates with you, I would love to hear how you plan to integrate these foods into your routine. Drop a comment below describing the first meal you will try, or share any personal experiences you have had with fermented foods. Your stories not only inspire others, but also help build a community focused on sustainable health. And as always, if you found value in this deeper dive into the secret synergy of Japan's longevity pillars, please give this video a thumbs up. Your support signals to the platform that this content matters, allowing more people to discover these life-extending strategies. If you haven't already, consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell so you won't miss the upcoming episode where we will explore how gentle movement practices like Tai Chi and forest walking interact with this dietary framework to further extend your health span. Remember, the journey to 100 years is built one mindful bite at a time. Stay curious, stay compassionate with your body, and keep walking the path of informed nourishment. Until next time, thank you for joining me, and may your plate always be abundant with wisdom.